Good evening, friends. Welcome you all to StudyIQ English. Students, in today's video, we're going to discuss a recent judgment that has been delivered by Delhi High Court. Students, in this judgment, the question of law before the Delhi High Court was whether the details of education qualifications of the Prime Minister of India, are they public information? Can they be revealed to the public, or whether are they personal information that cannot be disclosed to the public on the grounds of violation of privacy? In today's video, we're going to discuss some important provisions of Right to Information Act. We're going to discuss the constitutional basis of Right to Information Act. Apart from that, we can also discuss the right-based approach that has been brought in by the RTI Act, along with the exemptions. That means certain kind of information that cannot be disclosed to the public on certain grounds. So in today's video, we're going to discuss an important judgment. The name of the judgment is University of Delhi versus Neeraj and others. Students, the facts of the case were quite simple. In 2015, an RTI activist, Mr. Neeraj Kumar, he filed an application before Delhi University. In that application, he wanted to seek the information or details regarding all the students who have completed their BA programs in 1978. And I would like to remind you that our Honorable Prime Minister has also claims that he has completed his Bachelor of Arts from Delhi University in the same year, that is 1978. Now, on receiving this application, the public information of the officer of the Delhi University, he declined to reveal the information. He said that the Delhi University holds this information in fiduciary capacity. That means as in a position of a trustee. So that's why this information cannot be disclosed to the public, as this information is of a personal or private nature. Now, as per the RTI Act, the RTI applicant, Mr. Neeraj Kumar, he approached the Central Information Commission. He approached the Central Information Commission and he filed a complaint. Now, the Central Information Commission, it decided to direct the Delhi University to reveal the information details, or to reveal the educational details of all the students who have completed their BA program from Delhi University. Now, against this directive of the Central Information Commission, the Delhi University approached the Delhi High Court. So in this case, the Delhi High Court stayed the directive or order issued by the Central Information Commission. See, the University of Delhi initially denied the information, citing that it amounted to third-party personal information held in a fiduciary capacity under the Right to Information Act and therefore exempted from disclosure. Neeraj Kumar filed an appeal before the Central Information Commission, and in 2016, the CIC directed the Delhi University to allow inspection of the records. It held that details about education qualification of students falls within the public domain. Delhi University challenged the directive of the CIC in Delhi High Court. Now, students, in today's class, we're going to discuss some facets of right to information. In India, Right to Information Act was enacted in 2005. Even well before that, in India, in 1990s, a campaign has generated in which activists, especially former bureaucrats, lawyers, even judges, they were campaigning for bringing in a right-based approach. Now, what do we understand by right-based approach? So they were campaigning that in India, a law shall be passed that shall entitle every person in India, that shall entitle every citizen in India to file an application before any public authority and seek details of public information that is not of a private character or not of a private nature. Students, not only in India, but also in foreign countries, we have this campaign that have targeted right to information. People, citizenry, civil society organization all over the world, they have demanded right to information from their respective governments. Even in United States of America, the Second Amendment, it allows the people to seek information from the government on any matter that is in public interest. So students, in 2005, the Parliament finally, it enacted the Right to Information Act. Now, students, why do we require right to information? All of us know that we live in a democracy. Democracy means ruled by the people. That means the real rulers of India are the people. We have elected our representatives, so that they can become a part of legislatures, so they can form the law in the interest of the public. So the legislators will join the ministries, they will become ministers, they will form the policies, they will implement the policies in public interest. So now every person, every citizen in India, being sovereign in itself, being the ruler of India, now every person holds the right to subject every public authority to scrutiny. Because after all, the people who are elected, they are elected by the people. The representative of people are elected by the people. They are in a position because they are elected by the people. And they are in a position, they are holding an office of trust, so that they can contribute to the development of society, they can contribute to the well-being of every individual. So students, that's why right to information allows the public, allows every person to seek information on any matter that is not of a private character and that is in public interest. Students, I'll like to give you an example. For example, suppose a road was constructed in front of your house just 2 months back. Now in the road you have these potholes, and this is not a tale of fiction, it is a reality. Most of you have seen that the roads are filled with potholes that are 1 feet deep, 2 feet deep. So sometimes you cannot figure out whether you are traveling through the road or whether you are traveling through the potholes that have patches of road between them. So suppose a road was constructed in front of your house, and the road, it basically dismantled. Just within a brief period of 2 to 3 months, the road could not sustain. So there was 1 feet long crater in the road. Now, as you have the right information, now you can write or you can file an application with the local authority of your city. You can file an RTI application. You can seek details. You can ask them what was the budget for the road construction. Why a particular contractor was given the contract to lay down the road. What was the amount that was spent in construction of the road? What was the time period for which the road was supposed to last? Now you can seek all these details by filing an RTI application, and it is the mandate, it is the duty and responsibility of the public information officer of that particular office or that particular local authority to provide you with this information. Now students, when the people are armed with right to information, when the public authorities, they are aware that public can ask them any information that is of public nature, so in this case, somehow the public authorities will be cautious enough. So while spending public money, while allocating public money, they will be cautious. They will try to spend the public money in a transparent manner. This reduces the possibility of arbitrariness in decision making. Now public authorities are well aware that if they resort to arbitrariness in decision making, obviously people can file an RTI application and people can try to seek the truth. Now in this case, suppose if you file an RTI application before the local authorities, you got an RTI reply, and now on the basis of that RTI reply, you file a writ petition before the High Court of your state. Now you want the High Court to direct the local authorities by issuing a writ of mandamus to fill the potholes, because as a local authority, it is their duty to ensure that roads are properly maintained and constructed. So now RTI entitles you, it empowers every single citizen of this country to ensure that the government is run in a transparent manner, that administration is run in a transparent manner. Now it is a matter of concern that most of the people in this country don't even know that they have such right. People are not even aware that they hold the right to information. People are not even aware that they can hold the public authorities. They can make them answerable by using their right to information. So students, Right to Information Act was enacted by the Parliament 2005. It was a much desired reform that aimed at providing a statutory basis for right to access to information. Now, as I've already told you, right to information adopts a right-based approach. That means if you file an RTI application seeking any public information from any public authorities, it is the duty of that public authority. It is the duty of the concerned public authority to provide you that information within a specific time frame. And if information is not provided to you in a in a particular time frame or within a particular time period, you have the right to approach either the State Information Commission or the Central Information Commission. That means by passing the Right to Information Act, the Parliament has vested every individual with the right to seek information on any matter or any information related to the public. See, that provides an institutional framework in the form of central and state information commissions to ensure the realization of right to receive information. Now, that has also provided an institutional framework in the form of public information officers. Every government department, every public authority, whether it is of the central government or of the state government, they have to establish an office called as Public Information Office, or which is headed by Public Information Officer. Now, any RTI activist or any individual, any citizen for that matter, he or she can file an RTI application seeking public information before that concerned Public Information Officer. See, now there are certain relevant sections of the RTI Act. You can use them in your governance section. You can also use the rationale behind enacting the RTI Act as well as certain important sections of the RTI Act in your answer while writing down the answers for the questions that belong to either governance or ethics. Under section 6, every person can make a request in writing or through electronic means to the Central Public Information Officer or State Public Information. Again, it is giving you a right. It is giving every citizen of this country a right to seek information. And now, under section 7 states, on receipt of information, the Central Public Information Officer or the State Public Information Officer has to take an action within a time-bound manner. Now, what is that time bound? What is the time period? The time period is of 30 days. That means within 30 days, either the Public Information Officer has to provide you the relevant information in the form in which it was sought, or he or she can deny to provide you the information. But in case you are not satisfied with the response, you can file a complaint with State or Central Information Commission. Now students, as all of us have understood that we have the right to seek information on any public information that is not of a private character from any public authority. Now, what is the definition of public authority? See, bacho, the public authorities mean, and this is as per the RTI Act. Public authority means any authority that has been either established under the Constitution. For example, we have the legislatures, parliament, state legislatures, government, central government, state government, local authorities, or established under a particular law. For example, State Bank of India, established through State Bank of India Act. RBI established through Reserve Bank of India Act. Or any institution that is financed by the government. For example, we have the central and state universities. So they are financed by the government. Any company that is financed by the government. So any institution that is established by the Constitution or by the law passed by the legislatures, or that is controlled and financed by the government. So all these institutions, all these organizations, they come within the framework of public authority. So you can seek any information that is public in nature, that is not private in nature, from these authorities by filing an RTI application. And the concerned authorities, the concerned public information officers in those authorities have to file a reply within 30 days of receipt of the information. Now, see, now we have a right. All of us, being the citizens of this country, have the right. Now, the thing here is there are certain informations that need not be disclosed. There are certain information that are of certain nature that they shall not be disclosed to the public. Either they are of private nature, or they are held by the organization in a fiduciary capacity, or their disclosure will obviously impact the security interest of the state. Now, I will in a brief manner discuss all these informations that cannot be disclosed to the public. See, 1. Information likely to affect the sovereignty, integrity of Indian security. Obviously, now suppose you want to file an application before the Defense Ministry seeking details of the locations where nuclear warheads of India have been deployed. Obviously, this information if disclosed, obviously it will impact the security and strategic interest of the state. So that's why this information will not be disclosed. Secondly, information forbidden to be published by the court. So if the court has expressly forbidden the publication of any information, so in that case, that information cannot be disclosed. For example, in cases involving sexual offences, the name of the prosecutrix or the name of the victim, it is generally not disclosed. So by filing an RTI information or filing an RTI application, you cannot get access to the name of the prosecutrix. Obviously, the reason being that the court want to protect the reputation of the women from being destroyed in the society. Third, information if disclosed would cause a breach of privilege of parliament. So obviously parliament or state legislatures, they being the legislative bodies, they being the bodies that create law for the country, they have the right. So they have certain privileges. They have certain privileges. So now, if the parliament or legislature, if they have decided that certain information will not be published to the public, so that means if somebody tried to access that information, it would be considered to be a breach of privilege of the legislature. Such information will not be disclosed. 4, any information that would compromise or that would harm the competitive position of a third party. So now there are certain information which are related to commercial interest. For example, suppose if I make an invention and I try to file a patent before a patent officer. Now the information will have details about my product. So now this information is of commercial nature, and if somebody else get access to this information, obviously my invention will get disclosed. So the research, the technology that I have generated, because only I have access to such information, I'll be able to sell it in the market and gain money, earn profits. But if this is disclosed to the public, somebody else will get access to this information, and they will also, with the help of this information or technology, develop products. So now the competitive edge that I had due to my technology or my information, it will be harmed due to disclosure of information. That's why such commercial information cannot be disclosed. Next, information that is available to person in fiduciary capacity. Simply, any information that is available to authorities in fiduciary capacity, in a capacity of being a trustee. For example, suppose there is a person, now he is undergoing or he has underwent a medical treatment before an hospital, in a hospital. So now obviously the hospital records will have the details of the medical treatment. Now the hospital record is holding that information in a fiduciary capacity. Now hospital is not supposed to disclose such information to any other person who is not at all concerned with such information, because that would obviously result in breach of privacy. Next, information that is received from foreign government in confidence. Obviously any information that has been shared by a foreign government and that is confidential in nature, so the government is not supposed to disclose that either. Next, any information whose disclosure would endanger the life of or physical safety of any person. Now, suppose if information is of such a nature that its disclosure can result in endangering the life and safety of any person, so now in that case, the information will not be revealed. Next, any information whose disclosure would impede the process of investigation. So suppose a crime has happened and now the police is conducting investigation. Now police have got a tip that a particular person was involved in the crime, and now the police is trying to arrest the person. Now if the police discloses this information through an RTI application, obviously there is a probability, there are chances that the accused or that the person who was culprit, he will get to know about this information and he will just abscond, he will fled. So that's why any information that will interrupt the process of investigation in a criminal case, such information cannot be disclosed to ensure no obstruction in the administration of justice. So these are the informations that cannot be disclosed to the public. These information can only be disclosed if the compelling public interest allows. Next, judgment. Now the judgment before given by the court said that RTI was enacted to ensure that governance, administration happen in transparent manner. Administration or governance happens in transparent manner. But RTI cannot be misused just to promote sensationalism. The court, just try to understand what I'm trying to say. The court said that personal information, for example, the degree certificates, education qualification, these information are of a personal nature. These information are of a personal nature in which the public is not at all interested. Court is saying that education qualifications, degree certificates and any details regarding education qualification or any qualification, these are information of public personal nature, so they cannot be disclosed to the public, because the universities or education institutes, they are holding this information as a trustee in a fiduciary capacity. So these information are of private character, so they cannot be disclosed to the public. There is no public interest in disclosing this information, even if this information belongs to a person who is holding a public office, such as the Prime Minister. This was the order given by the Delhi High Court, and the Delhi High Court overruled the directive given by the Central Information Commission that directed the Delhi University to disclose the information. But Delhi High Court added a caveat. Delhi High Court said that in this case, if a person is sitting on a public office that requires certain education qualification, for example, if there is a person who is appointed as Attorney General of India, now we all know Attorney General of India requires an education qualification of LLB, a law degree plus 10 years experience. So in that case, as the education qualification is a matter of public interest, so in that case only education information can be disclosed, because it would be in public interest. So students, in today's class, we have discussed how RTI ensures transparency in administration, why RTI Act was enacted by the Parliament, what is the right that a person gets through RTI Act, what are the exemptions on information that cannot be disclosed, or whether, as per the Delhi High Court, the academic qualification, details regarding academic qualification or degree sheets of a person holding public office, can they be disclosed through an RTI application or not. So hope you have enjoyed the video. The video was informative. So we'll meet in the next video on a certain topic that is relevant for your syllabus, for your CSE syllabus. So till then, take care of yourself. Jai Hind.